Hiking, like any outdoor activity, carries some level of risk and potential danger. However, the level of risk can vary greatly depending on several factors, such as terrain and environment, individual experience and skills, preparation and planning, and physical condition. Some potential hazards associated with hiking include tripping or falling, inclement weather, for example, lightning or snowstorms, wildlife encounters, for example, bears, snakes or monkeys, getting lost or disorientated, sickness or health issues, for example, fever, cuts or blisters, incidents related to water crossings or fast-moving water. Many of the risks can be mitigated by
researching the trail conditions. For example, check the weather forecast, bringing appropriate and necessary gear and equipment. For example, a first aid or repair kit. Developing relevant skills and experience. For example, using trekking poles effectively. Hiking with a buddy or friend. Being mindful of one's physical limitations and health.
That's enough talking about safety. Let me show you what I mean with a real-life example from about 3 years ago. I was hiking in the Clementi Forest, Singapore, following an abandoned rail track when Oh, getting down there. That hurt. Yes, that certainly hurt. A lot more than I cared or dared to admit at the time. It was hot, muddy and humid. I was tired, dehydrated, and my feet were soaking wet. I just slipped down a steep embankment. Even though I heard a loud pop, I continued on my way, in some pain, I might add. I told myself I could tough it out by walking it off. Several days passed and my right knee still hurt. I couldn't sleep properly and I had considerable trouble straightening my leg. Tough it out, I insisted. After a couple of weeks of feeling my leg was constantly giving way, I made an appointment with my local clinic doctor. She sent me immediately to the hospital accident and emergency department, where the kind doctors and nurses put my leg into a cast. They told me I'd strained my medial collateral ligament. The collateral ligaments help stabilize knee joints, preventing excessive side-to-side movements. I was fortunate I didn't need surgery, but I was out of action for 3 months before I could walk without a stick. Looking back, I realised that I'd broken all of my safety tips in one way or another. I was alone in a dense forest and hadn't bothered to tell anyone where I was going. I hadn't researched the trails sufficiently well, and I didn't know about the treacherous, uneven terrain. I didn't have appropriate equipment. I might have prevented my accident if I'd taken my trekking poles. I grossly underestimated my physical strength and ability to recover from a medical trauma unassisted. I didn't have sufficient respect for outdoor conditions. I believe nature only tolerates a certain level of foolhardiness. Avoiding unnecessary risks is an essential hiking skill we must learn and adhere to strictly. Learn from my mistakes. By being aware of the potential risks and taking steps to prepare for and mitigate them, you can minimize your exposure to danger and have a safe and enjoyable hiking experience. Bye.